Biatch. It's your boy Snoop Dogg, throwback, gin and juice. Y'all know what y'all know about that, man. What y'all know about that gin and juice? What y'all know about that Seagram gin? I know it keep you up all night in the wrong way. Whew. TJAYS M PROV 2 in the studio with you. Now we're about to get into, well, I ain't gonna spend too much time on this, but I just had to let this be known. The San Antonio Spurs beat the cheese out of the Miami Heat last night. Man, that was a butt whooping. Now, anybody that seen Game 2, you already know that the Miami Heat put a butt whooping on the San Antonio Spurs. But I'm pretty sure people thought that the Miami Heat were San Antonio Spurs were gonna retaliate, but they did not think that they was gonna retaliate like that. Ooh, that was a butt whooping. But you know, as the media, and I guess I'm a little bit of part of the media now, but what the media does, they tend to overanalyze things, and now they're trying to point fingers and who to blame, who's the person that's responsible for them losing by 30 some odd points. Let me tell you something about the media though, real quick. The media creates problems in the locker room. They create the problem until the problem becomes a reality. And then when the problem becomes a reality, they really try to break it down. And they just sit back and they just watch the demise of the particular party that they trying to, I guess you can say, tear down. But anyway, I just think that the Miami Heat are just not a good enough team for the San Antonio Spurs, just yet. I just don't think that I think the Miami Heat are a good team. They're good defensively, but I don't think they can hang with the San Antonio Spurs like they would with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, you just got to be honest with it. I mean, you got a fundamentally sound team that don't really make mistakes. You got like a Bill Belichick type coach and Greg Popovich, and you got seasoned veterans on the team that can keep the younger players level-headed. Nobody make mistakes. That's what I say. I think I look at the San Antonio Spurs like a cute chick. You know what I'm saying? Like a cute chick that really don't dress like, don't really dress all fancy and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she look good. Yeah, she can be sexy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she stays in her comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the way that the San Antonio Spurs, if I can just make an analogy about that. You know what I'm saying? If I could. I just look at them like, man, they look good. They're not worried about the flashy dunks. They're not worrying about jumping over nobody's head. They will pass the ball around that perimeter 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? And they will get the open shot. And whoever have the hot hand is the person that they'll get a ball to throughout the night. So I just think that is a recipe for a good team, a championship team. Now, Game 4 comes on tomorrow. They're going to be once again in San Antonio. So y'all check that out. It's going to be on ABC. I think it's tip-off starts at 7:30 on ABC. So that's all I wanted to talk to you all about. I think that the Miami Heat are going to rebound. I think this series is going to go 7 games, but the Miami Heat, they got to get it together. They got to find a way to get LeBron James involved, and without, like taking away the whole overall flow of how they play the game of basketball. So I don't know how they're going to do that. But they need to continue to have LeBron James at the point guard position. He's not comfortable with playing down low in the post. I know he's 6'8", 240 pounds, a freak of nature, but you got to play to the guy's strengths. He's a point guard, and he can facilitate the ball. So I think they just need to take a look at that on the real. Last but finally not least, we already know I've been doing this since Monday. We've been counting down the top 25 theme songs of all time. Well, in my book. I mean, somebody else may have their overall opinion, but these are my picks, and I think that I feel comfortable. I stand behind these picks that I had. I really do. I stand behind the picks. I think that a lot of people, like, saying a couple of the songs that I had. A lot of people was like, I got a lot of feedback, and they were like, man, what are you talking about, man? This song right there, man, that song should have been lower. Man, that song should have been higher. Hey, man, it is what it is. The fact is, I'm not talking about just TV theme songs. I know we all fall in love with TV theme songs. I mean, I know. But the fact is, you know what I'm saying? These are like theme songs of all time, yo. You know what I'm saying? Of all time. And, you know, I mean, sometimes you may not agree with them. You know, but I mean, but they near and dear to me. So I just want to keep that real. So without further ado, we're going to start it off. Now, this particular show, I would start watching, you know, when I was a little kid. This show came on like the late 70s, early 80s. It was actually a spinoff of a particular show. And I like it, and it's one of my mom's favorite shows. So y'all check this out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hasenkamp Incorporated. We're going to it. Give us any chance, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all know what that is? That is Laverne and Shirley. Yes. Laverne and Shirley is number 15 on the list. Number 14 on the list tonight. Laverne and Shirley was a show about two Milwaukee women working at a beer refinery and basically just, you know, living in an apartment, single, you know, and they just do all kind of zany and creative antics, you know, to make the show go. So I think that it was a good show. It actually came as a spinoff of Happy Days. And a lot of people don't know this. The lady that played Laverne, she was known for always having like the L crest across all of her clothes. You know, her real name is Penny Marshall. Her dad was actually the executive producer of the show. And another fact, these two women did not really care for each other that much. Really, they didn't. Laverne was extremely jealous of the Shirley character. You know, Shirley is actually the one that's actually singing the theme song right now. So there was a lot of animosity between these two women. But nevertheless, they managed to hold it together for 7 seasons. And it was a great show, man. It really was. It was a great show. And if you haven't seen it, you can check it out on YouTube or something like that, or on TV Land. I don't know if it's on there, but check it out. It's a good show. Okay, coming in at number 13 is a show about absolutely nothing. You want to know what I mean? Check it out. Y'all know what that is? That is Seinfeld. Seinfeld coming in at number 13. Now, a lot of people surprisingly don't really care that much for Seinfeld, but man, Seinfeld was a good show. It was a show about absolutely nothing. I mean, basically, it was just a regular show about 4 people. Jerry Seinfeld, comedian. Then you had Elaine Bennis. She was working in between jobs as an executive. Then you had George Costanza, the bald short guy played by Jason Alexander. And of course, everybody knows Michael Richards for his controversial comments in regards to African Americans at the Laugh Factory one day. But before that, he was known as Kramer, probably one of the most popular characters on the show. And the show just based around them just doing, you know, living everyday life. And it stayed on for 9 seasons. And I have every single episode on DVD. So, I mean, it's a great show, man. It's one of my favorite shows. It's funny. I think that it's really creative. I think if they wanted to, they could have kept the show going. Jerry Seinfeld thought he wanted to nip it in the bud. You know, they offered him over $5 million, but he turned it down. Boy, tripping. But nevertheless, that is the number 13 theme song, Seinfeld. Coming in at number 12 is a show about a relatively popular guy that people may not realize this is where he started. Check it out. Coming in at number 12, Doogie Howser. What y'all know about Doogie? What do y'all know about Doogie Howser? I'll tell you, Doogie Howser, for those that don't know, was a teenage boy, 15 years old, and he was a medical doctor. He was a genius. And he was played by Neil Patrick Harris, the guy who plays on How I Met Your Mother. You know, he also played on the Smurfs, and you know, everybody know he openly gay or whatever like that. But he's really popular these days. But this is where he started. Doogie Howser came on during the late '80s. Stayed on for maybe 3 seasons. Came on ABC. I can't say I really just like the show like that, but you know, I just like the song. Like, I used to want to catch the song. You know, so that's basically why I put it down there. It's probably one of my top, you know, my top theme songs of all time. Now, coming in at number 11 is The Real Deal. Now, I know, you know what I'm saying, they be trying to bring this back. They be trying to bring it back. But this is often imitated, never duplicated. I'm talking about duplicated to the fact of what I grew up with, alright? This will never be duplicated. Y'all check this out. That's right. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, alright? I ain't talking about none of this new stuff now that's all digitally mastered and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the real deal Holyfield right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 1992. You know what I'm saying? This the real deal right here. Coming in at number 11 because this is by far my favorite cartoon. Alright? Like, honestly, this is my favorite cartoon right here. I used to be dancing on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I used to have the Leonardo action figure. And this used to be one of my favorite cartoons of all time, man. So with that even being said, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit low, you know what I'm saying, for it to be one of my favorite cartoon of all time. But that goes to show you right there, I got high expectations. On the real. Very high expectations. Now, coming in at number 10. Y'all ready for this one? This song right here, I guarantee you, is off the chains. Now, this show right here, man, I love it. I love it. I used to watch this show every Saturday. And then, when I got grown, I used to work overnight, y'all. And this used to be, when I come home at 7:30, this is the show I put on. Check this out.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gives out a warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by.
It's alright, cause I'm saved by the bell. That's right, coming in at number 10, we got Saved by the Bell. What y'all know about Zach Morris? What y'all know about A.C. Slater? What y'all know about Jesse Kapowski? Man, what y'all know about that, huh? Absolutely nothing. I know a couple people might know about Saved by the Bell, but for those that don't know, Saved by the Bell was a show based on surrounding a character by the name of Zach Morris. Cool kid at a ritzy upscale high school called Bayside High. Basically, we're just following him and his friends, A.C. Slater, Jesse, Kelly, you know what I'm saying, Lisa, and my boy Screech, who just made a sex tape a couple years back. But nevertheless, it was a good show. They tried to, you know, do a little bit too much with it, in my opinion, but nevertheless, it was still a good show. I enjoyed it, and man, I tell you, I still enjoy it to this day, man. Now, I think they were going a little bit out of control when they started going to college and making movies and stuff and all that kind of stuff there, but that's just my opinion. Then they had the new class and oh yeah, Mr. Belden too. Shouts out to Mr. Belden, the principal. Well, that is number 15 through 10. Hope I got it right this time, Smitty. I'm pretty sure he's going to let me know anyway. But anyway, that's all the time that we have for tonight. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. This has been another edition of TJ Improv 2. To follow your boy, once again, you can hit me up on my Facebook, Tim Jones, and you can hit me up on my fan page, TJ Improv 2. That's TJAY with an S, the letter M, PROV, and